Howdy folks, I'm Part-Time, and you're watching Part-Time's Tips and Tricks to Fast Draw.
There are two basic styles of holsters used in the sport of fast draw. One of the most common is called the drop down. As you can see, there's about a 2.5 or 3 inch drop right here that allows the holster to hang down a little lower. You see how the gun sits in it, and the trigger guard is exposed. This is what you'll see in most of the Hollywood movies, where they wear their guns down low, most of the guns exposed, and it's a fast rig. This rig is also made to be worn in line on the side of the body in more of a standing position than a leaning position. And I'll get into more of that on another video. We also use what we call a high ride. As you can see, this holster sets up high on the belt. If you want this holster to be lower, you wear the belt down lower. But as you progress in speed in the sport of fast draw, you'll find that you'll want to wear your holster a little higher because you're trying to shoot right off the top of the holster rather than away from the holster. Both of these holsters are made in what they call a Mexican loop style. Now, an original Mexican loop holster was one piece of leather, and it didn't have these loops added on it. There were slits cut in the back skirt of the holster leather itself, and the front of the holster, the boot, was actually fished through the two slits, and it created a loop around it. In the 1800s, holsters weren't actually designed for fast draw. They were made to carry guns, like a pouch or a pocket. It was a matter of convenience and practicality. There are different holster makers. There's a variety of colors from all types of browns. You got black, and some even have more colorful options. But there's basically two styles: the drop down and the high ride. The maximum cant allowed on holsters in fast draw is 20 degrees. You can measure it with a protractor by the angle that it hangs on the belt. A lot of them will be 12 degrees, 15 degrees, 17 degrees, but 20 degrees is the max. And that angle will be measured from the bottom of the belt and the front of the holster. That's the holsters we use for fast draw.
I'm going to show you how to shoot out a drop-down Mexican loop style holster. As I said, it was designed to be used in more of a standing position. Now, when a shooter first starts shooting fast draw, they have to learn the mechanics of the drop. So they'll react, and they'll go slow because they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. Now, you generally point. Everybody starts out pointing. Part of that is just natural. Most people shoot guns in front of them like this. It's unnatural to shoot a gun right here. You have to train yourself to do that. Also, in most of the westerns, when they would draw their gun, they'd get in a position like this and they'd draw, and they'd always exaggerate the shot for the movie. As you get faster, you'll start getting more in the lean. Everybody's got their own position they like to get in, what's comfortable for them. They'll get down in a squatted position, lean back a little bit. They use their offhand. Everybody puts their offhand in a different place. Some people may put it here, in front of them. Some people like to hold it out in front of them like this. The main thing is you want your offhand out of the way so you don't shoot it. But two, it's used for balance. If you're leaning back to a certain extent, you may want to put your arm out to help you balance. So by doing this, react and draw faster and closer to the holster. The closer you can shoot by the holster, the faster your time's going to be. Now, as you start shooting, if you start getting accurate out here, you're going to find the closer you shoot to your body, the more you lose your accuracy. That causes people to continue to poke the gun and keep shooting slower times. What you have to understand, it doesn't matter how accurate you are at any time. When you try to start going faster, your accuracy is going to drop until you train yourself to be accurate in that new position. And the closer you can shoot to the holster, the faster you're going to be. Now this is called a high ride holster. You can see it rides higher on the belt and higher on the waist. Now, this holster is not quite as effective when you're in a more of a standing position like the drop down holster, because it shortens this distance between your hand and your shoulder. So it makes it a little harder to get the gun up and clear leather. When you're using the high ride holster, it's designed for more of a lean and draw, where you lean back like this. When you lean back to draw your gun, you don't ever want to lean back so far that you're fighting to stand up. Any energy you're using trying to stay standing is energy you're not putting into the draw. So you want to get back in a comfortable position to where you can get this gun, this holster, as close to level with the target as you possibly can. So when the light comes on, you can pull it straight back and shoot right over the top of the holster. This holster is absolutely not designed to draw and point at the target. If that's how you're going to shoot, all you need is a drop down holster with a straight can, so you can pull the gun straight up and fire forward. I'll show you the draw again. Just like that.